Hello there, welcome to another one of my mini tutorials. I'm Malik, and today I'm going to show you it's quite a little simple thing, but if you don't know how to do it, it can be quite annoying when you see others who have. It's pretty straightforward, so it'll be quite a short tutorial, no doubt. And then what I'm going to do is show you how to stack fences. I know it's not a particularly complex thing, but if you don't know the trick, it can be a bit annoying, especially, like I say, when you see that the sort of things people can do when they've managed to stack their fences. So I'm just going to create an absurd amount of sticks. There we go. I'm going to put them in and make a lot of fences. Okay. I would say that that's probably everything I need. Okay, now stacking fences. You might think to yourself, well, why would I want to stack fences? You know, they're pretty tall as they are. So what's the point, really? Honestly, Malik, what's the point? Well, you can have some quite interesting effects. There we go. So, what you do is you start at the top. Simple as that. You then put a stack of material there, you slap a fence on top. You then dig out what's underneath it. The fence stays, put another fence. Dig out the material, put another fence. Dig out the material, put another fence. And you end up with these odd poles. Now, portcullises can look pretty cool. They're completely useless, of course, because they don't work. But, excuse me, you can get some quite cool effects. Okay, so we have our little entrance to our castle. And what you basically do here, I mean, you can use gravel, you can use all sorts of stuff. I mean, gravel can be quite useful, dirt, because they dig away quite quickly. I just happen to have some wood, so I might as well use that. So, for my little portcullis, I'm obviously going to just put a bit of fencing just in those top areas. So literally, all I'm going to do is do that. There you go. It's pretty straightforward, and you might not like how these particular bits here are sort of joined together where they're not. So you can make it come down a bit lower, which is what I'll do now. And really, it's just a bit of experimentation as to what you like the look of. You don't have to have a curved archery, but there you go. Now, on the face of it, it's not actually too bad. It doesn't look too bad at all. And that's basically it. You can have all kinds of weird structures if you're going to do something like this. If I extend the ceiling on here a little bit more, so that we've got something to play with, you can actually make some quite cool, if you've got a high roof anyway, you can actually make some cool lighting features. Now you have to assume for a second that it's in the middle. Oh. Obviously the roof would have to be quite high in order for this to ordinarily look any good. But yeah, then you can slap your torches on it, and you've kind of got a little, not a chandelier, but it's a close approximation to a chandelier. There's a little block hanging from the ceiling covered in torches. I suppose one final way you could possibly do this. Need a bit more space for what I'm going to do this time. And then finally, Right then, and then what we basically have is a little roof supported by some beams. So to be able to stack fences, you can actually have some interesting effects. I suppose the only other... I keep coming up with new blooming ideas, don't I? I think I've seen this somewhere else actually, so if I build up here, you could have a light post, sort of a lamp post. I mean, you could put signs on that, and there you go, you've got your little sort of feature. So yeah, I mean, that's your basics of the system. You can build all sorts of clever little things just by stacking fences. Hello, this is Malek, and welcome to another one of my little mini tutorials. Today we're talking about portals. Now obviously, building a portal is not a particularly difficult thing to do, once you've got the obsidian, of course. But the way they interact and little tricks that you can do with them can sometimes be pretty damn interesting. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to show a few little interesting ways they work and interesting behaviours. The first job is to build a portal. Now the interesting thing to note is that you can build portals with only with no corners. Like that. So I've missed out the corners, and in total it means I only need 10 rather than 14 bits of obsidian, and as you can see, they work absolutely fine. Right, so let's see if we can go. Whoa, I'm in a very dark area. So, I am in a nether cave of some sort. Let's see if I can get to the surface. Okay, this is the weirdest nether I've ever entered. There's actually no way to get sort of outside, if you follow me, where all the lava is. Anyway, I don't really need that for this particular little tutorial. Okay, now let's head back. Okay, so we have portals and they work absolutely fine. But the interesting thing is if I was to build, say, a portal where I'm standing now, a very short distance away here in the normal realm, it would lead to the same nether portal, because the nether world is sort of compressed. If I did the same in the nether, it would lead to a portal that's quite a distance away out here. But it's all to do with distances north, south, east, west. If you were to dig down, or build up, and actually create a portal there, then something very strange begins to happen. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate to you today. So, I think that's high enough. Yeah, should be alright. I'm going to have started right next to pumpkins. And now what I'm going to do is just build out. You don't have to be directly above the original portal. So we now have a portal in the sky. Activate the portal. Now this will lead exactly where the other portal in the nether is. Right, as you can see, exactly where I was before, deep in these nether caves. You know, I'm seriously going to have to explore this area when I'm done with this tutorial, because this is just unprecedented. it's never happened to me before. Right, now, when I go back through here, we have come out the bottom portal. Now the way that works, it's not the first portal that becomes the default, it's whichever's lowest. In the real world, it's whichever portal is lower down. That seems to be the rule. Now that's the rule that I've found, and that's the rule that I've heard other people reporting as well. So if I go back through here, and back out, I'll come out through the bottom portal. I've heard, and have not tested, much to my annoyance, that it works in the opposite way around in the nether. That if I was to build another portal above the one in the nether, that it will always be the top portal in the nether that you come out. Now, you might think, okay, Malek, why is that useful? Why is that important? Why have you even bothered to tell us that? Well, you can make some interesting effects. Because in theory, you could make it so that you could bury this portal deep underground, surround it completely by lava, and then have a surface portal. And you could literally have a sign on the portal saying one-way portal. You know, no one can return. And people think, oh, well, that's just a portal, that's just ridiculous. So they go through the portal, and if ever they try and return, it will default them to the lower portal, i.e. the one that's deep underground, surrounded by lava. So you can actually make quite a nasty little trap there. I imagine that once the server supports portals, that the same rule will apply. I'm sure that on single-player maps that could be made to annoy people. You know, portal of no return. So yeah, it's certainly a little trick that some of you may find interesting. But yeah, it's something that always worth knowing in case you start getting odd behaviours. So yeah, simple as that really. I will leave that with you, and until next time.